It's early morning, St. Johns County. I'm the Philosopher Pirate, and this is Florida at Large. Folks, yesterday, I don't know if anyone's following my videos. Well, actually, there are some. I know there's some folks because I have views. And some people are actually watching more than the first few seconds, which is good. This is my setup here. It's a nice little light there. I don't know if that's better for the video. How it's going to look in the finished product. But this is how I work, folks. This is, the computer here, mouse, old newspaper. I think I've explained that before. This is my desk. We got the computer in front of me. I'm connected to an FTP site right now. Actually, I'm not connected. I'm waiting for some internet. I'm using third-party internet. I don't have my own internet right now. I don't know. I have this light, I can wear it on my head, but I also have it hanging from my mobile humidor. I am a cigar smoker, but I haven't really been able to afford any decent cigars. I have been gifted a couple. Thank you very much, folks, that have gifted me cigars. I made my first attempt yesterday at public assistance, and I don't know if this is good or not. There we go. That might be a little bit better. Made my first attempt at public assistance, and gonna lose my train of thought. I've been up all night, folks. I'm gonna lose my train of thought, believe it or not. Yeah. Maybe I need a little more coffee. By the way, one of the first things I did right after the crash, after I checked my arm and everything and my shoulder, and attended to the poor dog. I was there for its last few breaths. I stayed with her. It's sad. It was a sad situation. I watched the vehicle drive away, the hit and run vehicle, the other vehicle involved indirectly. It was a bad situation. But anyways, the first things I did, I made a cup of coffee. I made another one. I was empty. Luckily, I had enough charge in the batteries. I got to stop. My arm is killing me, folks. Anyways, coffee's a good thing. I called Hope, Florida yesterday. They're out of money, folks. Their message, their auto attendant message says they're out of money. They're not taking any new requests. All they're doing is basically referring an individual like myself that's in need, the needy. I never thought I would be the needy. I've always been the one helping others. I don't know if... there you go. That's a little better. I've always been, I've been the one, a little better on me. I don't know if it's better for this, for the production. Hope Florida is out of money. You can call yourself. The message basically states, I don't think it's on their website, but if you call the toll-free number, it's an 833 number. I'm not going to say their number right now. Anyways, this is the First Lady of Florida. It's her deal, I guess. They don't have any money to directly help. Okay, so they ran out of funds. They basically said they're not taking any new applicants. All the person I'm on the phone with, I assume they call themselves navigators because it says you can be a navigator. I don't know if these are volunteers or they actually get paid. I asked them I told them I'd be willing to do it. I think I could be a navigator, right here. If they would accept my office environment, I think I could be a very good Florida navigator for Florida Hope if you're watching this video. Folks, basically all they do is just refer you to charities that I was and governmental things that I was already going to go visit anyhow. I was already going to go visit anyhow. So it was kind of a waste. Nice person though, but they weren't really able to help me. So Hope Florida failed. Okay. As far as I'm concerned, they get an F. Well, I'll give them a D. I'll give them a D on a regular report card because at least someone answered the phone and at least they were honest. Okay, so, and they're polite, but I can't give them a passing grade, folks. I guess a D is still passing, but they don't get a passing grade. They fail. They weren't able to help me. Okay, so um, I, I guess and I don't know if it's just because I'm a single guy. Maybe they would have been helped a single mother, but I have tried, folks. I'm going to go visit some public assistance. I don't have a lot of hope. I think the only thing I'm going to be able to achieve is being able to get an EBT, food stamps basically. But I already have homeless veterans and semi-homeless people that are assisting me with food. So I already have food. I, you know, my issue is I don't want to lose all of my possessions, including my birth certificate, my social security card, all that stuff, folks. I'm about to lose. Okay, um, you know, and $80,000+ worth of inventory and possessions. I've been asking folks to please help me. I am receiving some donations, folks, but it's not enough. It's easy to donate to me. You don't have to go through the GoFundMe page. You basically just donate with the buy me a coffee, and and if you want to make a larger donation, other than buying cups of coffee, but the cups of coffee, it's like a virtual cup of coffee, $5. If you want to buy 20 of those, that's $100 donation. It's that simple, folks. Or you can go to the shopping cart. I basically set up, configured something on the shopping cart. Basically, it says I'll give you exclusive access to, and I will. I'll send you the dash cam video or something if you want it. But give me a nice donation for that, or the body cam, folks. I will have to work on that because I believe I am naked in the footage. But in any case, I I need some help. That's the whole thing. Hope Florida failed. I did make some phone calls to some charities that they referred me to, and so forth. Nothing to speak of, folks. I that's just where I am. I've nothing there as far as that goes, and that's where I'm at for the story right now. I don't really have a lot to say. I mean, I could talk about some common events, political stuff that's going on. I, what's the point at this point? I mean, one of the things I did discuss. Sorry about that. I'm just tired. Been up all night. One of the things I would like, I'm not even going to get into that. Let's just leave it at that. I tried. Hope Florida failed. Going to try public assistance in person today if I can get a ride. That's where I'm at, folks. I'm still around, and I have been. I was contacted by an attorney that's retired, offering to give me some advice. Thank you to this individual, but I need some. I need some real assistance, and folks, I'm getting to the point where what am I supposed to do? If there is no meaningful work for me, and I'm injured, um, what am I supposed to do? I'm not old enough to collect Social Security. I don't know how the disability. I'm going to probably find that out tomorrow. But what am I supposed to do? What does any of us do when we get in this situation? And when you don't have anyone left to assist you, and to me, it's just so foolish that I'm going to be losing tens of thousands of dollars worth of belongings and inventory for a couple $1,000s. That's what it boils down to use the metaphor. And to me, it's just unfathomable. But if it happens, folks, I promise you, I'm not going to be very happy. I'm going to be probably embittered for the rest of my life. I hate to sound that way, but why should I have any faith in anything? Um, you know, And these videos, I mean, I'm going to upload this, but I'm really disgusted with the system. I really am. I would have expected better from all the taxes I've been paying all my life and the hard work that I've worked so hard in my life, folks. I mean, I've been to the point where I felt like, many times where, I thought I was going to lose consciousness, and I have. On one job, I passed out, but that was because the doctor gave me the wrong dosage of some medication for a kidney stone, and I literally almost, I hate to use that. That's terrible. I almost fell off a ladder. I started feeling really dizzy. My vision started going black, and luckily I climbed down off the ladder, and then I sat down, and after I sat down, I fell over and hit my head on pavement. My head actually bounced off the pavement, I know that because I watched the security camera footage of myself doing it, but it wasn't that far of a fall. But the point is, I've really worked myself silly, paid a lot of taxes, and when I need help, nobody's there, folks. Nobody's home. Now, some people have helped me. I'm not the ones that have. I appreciate it, but I just expected more. I really did. Just feel like this is not a kind society. It really isn't. So I wish I could say something positive, but after yesterday, trying to obtain public assistance and help through charities, folks, it almost seems like a life of crime would be better than begging for help. And it's just a tiny bit of help I need, and no one. No, nothing. And so I guess I'm going to have a great story to write, but I'm not happy about it, folks. Um, losing everything, I guess, I guess it could have happened by fire, but it's worse this case because if I would have, if I was in a financial position to help a longtime friend and loan them a couple $1,000s, I would do it in a second, in a heartbeat. Now, if I didn't have the money, that's another thing, but I would do it. Folks, that's not happening. So I don't know where all this is going to go. I don't know. See a deer or something out there wandering around. I don't think it's a bear. I do see bear occasionally. Of course, I told you about the bobcat, but I haven't seen that particular bobcat. And like I said, I'm not always in the same place. I'm going to leave it there today. I'm sorry I'm so somber, but honestly, folks, I really don't have much faith or hope at this point. So Hope, Florida, you failed. If you want to hire me, I'd be happy to be a navigator. I'd probably be able to do it for half the price you pay your normal people because I don't need that much. I just need to pay my storage bill, get the vehicle back on the road, and I'll be able to hopefully get the medical care that I need to fix my arm, and I hopefully get back on my feet. But losing everything in order to get back on my feet is hardly worth it. That's just the truth, folks. I'm going to try to have some enthusiasm for my closing here. Hopefully. And I'm tired too. I'm exhausted. It's early morning. It's really early morning. It's pre-dawn. Early morning. St. Johns County. I'm the Philosopher Pirate. And this is Florida at Large.